Is there anything that gets the juices flowing like a rivalry game? And our matchup is bitter. It has bombs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Seminoles will kick it away to start. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Offense in a bunch formation. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. As you watch how a season unfolds and you get off to a good start like these guys have in ACC play, that momentum can really be powerful.
Oh, 100%. The momentum, the confidence. Like, you go from starting the season and saying, we want to be great in these areas, and now you're starting to see it, starting to pile up some conference wins. Now, Jesse, getting to the middle of the season, and you got to continue to evolve, right, and be ready for some of these rivalries.
No doubt about it. I think they also like the fact that they've got some guys stepping up and making plays consistently. It's one thing to do it off in non-conference play against weaker competition early in the year, but now that you're into the meat of your ACC schedule, they've got guys on both sides of the ball that they can count on week in, week out. And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
Looking downfield, it's back. Bringing the heat. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You know, you would have thought that after having 3 interceptions in their last game, the quarterback would absolutely never throw this guy's way. But here we are. We're in the first drive, and they're trying to be aggressive, and they're attacking one of their best players defensively, and he makes them pay. 4 picks in 2 games. We got to be talking about this guy for the Heisman, right?
When you think of the significance of these 2 programs in the history of college football, remarkable that they've only been playing since 1951.
It's crazy because there's so many games you can pull out of your brain, Reese, and I'm sure because you were born then when this rivalry started, that so many games that were so important, that had such big implications, Jesse.
Yeah, it seems like over the course of 3 decades, right? The 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, every time these 2 teams played, Miami and Florida State, we were talking about how it would impact the national championship picture. This really has been one of the better rivalries in the sport, even though it's really not that old.
And the Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Here's a heat. They get to him as he throws.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
This is makeable field goal range here, but it looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
And how about the rough starts for these offenses? 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. These quarterbacks, you trust them early, first drives to get something going. Both of them turn it over to the other team. Let's see which one can get settled in first.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, and the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking for a man. It's back. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Looking downfield on first down. With the catch, it's Fletcher. Works his way out to the 36-yard line before being pushed out of bounds.
Good news for this offense is it hasn't taken them a long time to get into a rhythm in the passing game. That's already his 100th completion on the season. Put up some big numbers this year if they keep up at this pace.
The give to the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. No matter who's been leading the program, Miami always wants to be able to run the ball with some physicality.
Yeah, it starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything. And the U is known for attitude. And when they play physical, they've got great teams.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Line getting set on 2nd down. The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He's looking to pass. The short hands, it's Lyle. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
Look, I know this offense didn't have the opening drive of the game they would have liked, but the defense now came away with a massive takeaway. Now you're seeing how that affects the offense. They're playing with a little bit of a pep in the step. Nice throw there, getting the first down. This offense all of a sudden looks a whole lot different than what they did the last time out.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
On the move. And he's going to wind up losing a couple of yards as time expires here in the first quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal. Barrels ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Canes.
And they finally lift the lid. Man, I didn't know if we were going to be 0-0 going into the half, going into the 4th quarter. The offense finally puts a drive together, breaks that seal. Excited to see now this opens things up, calms people down, and lets them have a little more success.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Georgia State is in front. They've responded well to all the off-the-field chatter this week, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by 7 over James Madison. Obviously, big implications here in the Sun Belt, and as this one plays out, we'll keep you posted.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Castellanos. He lets it fly. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback keeper. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Running back searching for a hole. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. First and 10 from the 50. Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Hitting on transfer portal quarterbacks can be tricky. Certainly Miami did so with Cam Ward a season ago. And Jesse, they're hoping to keep it going with Carson Beck.
They want the Carson Beck version from 2023. At the end of that season, after winning the Orange Bowl, a lot of people thought Carson Beck would end up being the first pick of the NFL draft. 2024 was a bit more up and down. They need him to play well each and every week. He's playing, remember, behind Cam Ward. He's got a very, very big shoes to fill, but no doubt he is the key for Miami's success.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Dropping back, it's Beck. Rushes on him. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Snagged out of the air. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the fourth quarter, they are going to be gassed.
keeping it on the ground on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. That drive covers 62 yards for the touchdown, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He'll pull it on the read. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
That's reeled in. It's Robinson. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
Wants to throw on first down. Looking to buy time. Going to try to get it himself. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
He wants to go deep. Pulls it in down the middle. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. On the run, fires downfield. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Heaves it on the run. Complete downfield. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to pass. It's back. Here's the pressure. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Not a chance. Missed it. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got a man. It's Webster. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together.
It's really nice to be a quarterback in today's football when running backs are basically wide receivers. Not only can you split them out, you keep them at running back, nothing open, I dump it to him. Look at that. He makes a big play for me.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's McCoy. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's going to run it. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. The Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. To the air. It's back. Zings it complete to the right. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
I love having guys that have the ability to make something happen after they catch it. Simple hitch route, right? Okay, give me some extra yards. Get me a 1st down after the play. Nice job by the wide receiver.
How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it harder to defend.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Power football with the run. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And as the 1st half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this 2nd half started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He'll do it himself. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Makes the grab. It's Pittman. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. It's almost incomprehensible to think the Noles failed to break 17 points 10 times a season ago. That's a year after being prolific, Jesse. So what are the keys to regaining some form?
Well, Reese, I think it's the quarterback position. I think this team was spoiled in a lot of ways when they had Jordan Travis. And they obviously had so much NFL talent surrounding him. But they had a leader. They had a guy that everybody could look at when times got tough and believe in. Someone has got to be able to establish themselves at the quarterback position for this team to get back to its winning ways.
The Noles have it with a 1st and 10. The give is to Williams. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
In the second half, trailing the way they are, they know they're going to have to be able to throw the football to get back into it, but you can't accomplish that if you can't keep your quarterback standing upright. Give the defense tons of credit getting that sack on 3rd down.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground.
Well, the sack on the last play obviously put them behind the chains. He's doing everything he can on this scramble to try and go and get the 1st down, but got to give the defense tons of credit. Not only do you get the sack the previous play, but you're able to chase down a pretty athletic guy and now set up 4th.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Forced out of the pocket. Fires to the big fella. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Using the quick game. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. And the Canes in the hurry-up. To throw, it's Beck. Makes the grab. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the 1st. Well done.
Going to take a shot at this DB. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Finds his man. It's Johnson. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They need the 40 to convert here on 3rd down. Wants to keep it in the air. Grab near the sticks. It's Daniels. Across the 25, he's got room. He is down at the one. A terrific run after the throw and catch. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust. And you got to get locked into the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop. Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision.
Touchdown, Hurricane! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. The Hurricanes continue to gain strength, and they have built a lead on the Noles.
I think that speed from Miami is really starting to show itself here in the football game, and it doesn't look like Florida State at this point, David, can keep up with all that athleticism.
Speed and swag. They got it going now. They got the confidence going. And when Miami gets the confidence going, it is tough to beat. Florida State's going to have to make something happen and make it happen fast.
Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Going to throw it over the top of the deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. To the air, it's Castellanos. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. Well, they haven't been able to get it done on fourth down so far today. They've missed on their first two attempts. Is the third time the charm? It's incomplete, and we'll change ends of the field now. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. The inside handoff. Runs through the tackle. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23.
This offense is in no hurry, right? Control the clock is priority number 1. I'm going to run the football. I got the lead. I already got great field position, but I'm not interested in scoring right away. I got to make sure I watch that play clock tick down, maximize those seconds, and keep being physical with the run game.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the ball's on the ground. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds.
And if you're an offensive coordinator, you're like, woo, thank you, Jesus. We got the lead. We're in a great situation. We got to continue to put pressure on the defense, run that clock in the second half with our lead. Thank goodness that thing kept rolling and went out of bounds.
Wide receiver going in motion. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the fourth quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, we got 1,000 yards receiving. All these plays still matter.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. This Hurricane defense has been an impenetrable wall all day, not moving an inch against these guys.
And it's a complete effort, Reese. It's the front. It's the defensive line owning the work up front. It's the linebackers running. It's the secondary all working together, reminiscent of the 2001 Miami defense. Under 10 points a game, putting together a performance today.
Now facing a third and long. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. On the move. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
As sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
And the Seminoles with the 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
I got to give this defense a lot of credit. They were very confident coming into this one, even though they were going up against one of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. They're confident because they believe in their ability to get to him, and they've been able to do that in this game. There's another sack here, Luke.
Turning it on. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
We got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line there. They were able to pave the way for a first down.
And the Noles are marching down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability.
Time to take a shot. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got an open man. It's a seam wide open. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. The offense changing the play. The give as they work on that clock. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll run the screen. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Canes will call on their punt team. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Back to pass, it's Castellanos. He's taking the deep shot. Pulls it in down the sideline. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking to throw on first down. He'll take another shot here.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter. And you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. The problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Going for it all. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion, now setting up third down, you've still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
Moving out of the pocket. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. This one's complete. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Throws to the wideout. He's got it. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
I love offensive coordinators that take shots in sudden change situations. You just got the takeaway. You're not wasting any time. Defense is jogging on the field. They barely have time to line up. You take a shot deep down the...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team.
This is frustrating. You know, you're an offense. You're in a great position. You're up by 2 scores. All you do is take care of the football. Premium, taking care of the football. We're trying to run some clock. We're trying to get out of here with a W. Turning the football over is the worst thing you could possibly do.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Here comes the heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. They are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing second and long from the 19. Tosses to the quarterback. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Fires left. It's caught. He goes out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Clock stopped, and they'll move the chains on the 1st down. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Castellanos. Takes a hit as he fires. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
This offense hasn't had a ton of success today. It's because I think of some of the issues in the passing game. They've never had the rhythm. Protection has been a bit spotty and iffy. Quarterback's got to raise his level of play here late in this 2-minute situation.
Trying to beat the D deep. And the pass falls to the ground, and the ball game is over. A rivalry defined by wide rights, wide lefts. Mascot arrest went right down the middle, and a well-earned victory for the Miami Hurricanes. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.